Ever heard of Pun Pun, the kobold who ascends to godhood at some low level? Pun Pun was basically a meme from the days of D&D 3.5, and it all revolves around the Saruk stat block introduced in the 3.5 Forgotten Realms sourcebook Serpent Kingdoms. The Saruk, the ancient snake lizard people who lived during the prehistoric days of Thunder, long before the arrival of dragons and elves on Toril, are statted out there. And as one of the so-called creator races, they have an ability called Manipulate Form, which allows them to change the shape of any reptilian also native to Toril, give them any ability you want, and even alter its ability scores so long as they don't exceed their own. But here's where the trouble begins. Pun Pun takes a mishmash of classes that let him wild shape into a Saruk, and then by way of a feat from the sourcebook Savage Species, he can access and use its Manipulate Form ability to grant Manipulate Form to his snake familiar. He then dismisses Wild Shape and has his snake familiar grant Manipulate Form back to him since he's also a reptilian. He can cheese the limit on ability scores by making his familiar really big with magic, which increases its strength, which means it can make him equally strong with Manipulate Form, and then shrink back down and get buffed up to his new strength maximum, and then get big again. Other classes from other sourcebooks can allow Pun Pun to add that strength score to all of his other ability scores, and then he and his familiar can increase them all to ludicrous heights. The Ascending to Godhood bit uses another broken game mechanic, namely the 9th level spell Ice Assassin from Frostburn, which is ambiguous enough that one could interpret it as being able to create a duplicate of a god. There's lots of ambiguity and lots of holes that nerds have in turn found loopholes for that other nerds have found problems with and in turn have their own loopholes. It's a whole thing. It's 3.5 in a nutshell.